Hello everyone and welcome back to A Song at Tara. So, how's everyone been doing?
Pretty good.
Up and down.
Up and down.
Left and right.
Back
In
and
and
forth.
out.
Done anything meaningful?
Define meaningful.
I don't know. What have you watched anything or played through anything?
No, but I have been preparing for tonight because I need to be evil with you guys.
Yes, of course you do. I finished the War of the 12 Kingdoms, 3 Kingdoms series, like 95 episodes. I've watched most of it earlier in the year and then I finished it just recently. It was really good. I recommend it heartily.
I've completed the main story quest of Final Fantasy XIV.
Yeah, that game any good?
Yeah, I really like it.
All right.
You finished it without me? Aw.
I guess we should talk about what happened last time.
Yes, we should.
All right. Yeah, sure. Someone do that.
We killed. We fought a Bane who had the hots for us. So much so that he set himself and the room he was in, and eventually the entire building on fire around us. We killed him, an injury to half of us. Evacuated the building. Had some other worm-tainted creatures appear and then get headshot by an overzealous ally of ours. We then decided to get the heck out of Dodge into the countryside. A couple of us got injuries from some invisible wall all along a part of the landscape. Got to Aaron's sweet digs out in the near countryside to Dublin. Talked about shit, had Francesca turn up to do some help, although she turned up very badly injured where she'd actually crashed into this invisible barrier. There was shouting, there was crying, there was laughter and discussing things, there was healing, there was hurting, and there were ghosts. Because nothing's complete without ghosts.
That's true.
That's pretty much it.
All of these things happened.
Yes. Is there anything else?
No, I think we ended last time mid-conflict, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You and Connell were involved in a
Pissing contest.
yes. One.
What actually happened? Connell got a text message from one of the
Victoria.
vampires. So one of the leeches sent him a text message taunting him. And he then initially meant to go, or at least he proclaimed he meant to go and settle stuff with her. And we kind of all converged on his location and tried talking him out of it. And I think she slapped him and he threatened to tear her throat out.
Face off.
Then Aaron kind of pleaded with him to not go anywhere. And he stated that he wasn't going to, but at this point I don't think, at least Aaron doesn't trust him when he says that.
Yeah. That was pretty much exactly where we were up to last time.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey!
I am on time for once.
Awesome. We're actually, we started early, so you're definitely on time.
Fuck you guys. She's on time. Come on.
Yeah,
give
she's
her-
Firing to make
So
you late.
you are definitely
this time.
technically on time.
It's just the rest of us who are early.
This will be written down in the annals of history as you being on time.
Yes.
She's like a regular person. She's on time, whereas we're teenage boys. We come too early.
Oh, that was horrible.
I thought it was good.
That's a nice and
you're
decently sized segment of all potential listeners you just managed to segregate there.
I absolutely loathe and despise that because it involves male ejaculation.
It's a reality of life that you must accept even if you're not comfortable with it, unfortunately.
I don't have to. I refuse.
Look at
In
this
this-
way, Joan. It also involves men failing to perform in a satisfactory manner.
Fair enough. Okay, I'll go with that.
That depends on how much the woman wanted.
We don't want misandrism in our group, thank you.
Sorry.
For those of you wondering why there is a strong language tag on this video, this is approaching why.
Yes, this should be evidence of why. All right, enough bullshit.
This is nowhere near evidence of anything because I haven't said anything perverted yet.
True.
Yeah, but the tag does amazingly, even though it's hard to believe, does not solely apply to you, Heather.
No, I'm just saying it isn't bad until I start saying shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Stop
guys.
saying shit. It isn't really new because.
Well,
So yeah, we're definitely. I don't know. Do you just want us to get back into that very same scene, or do you want to start us off later?
no, I think that let's get the arse end of that scene handled.
All right.
So, as far as I understand, the last thing, and as I heard it, I revisited the whole thing earlier today, and it pretty much stopped with Aaron saying, "Yeah, because I trust you when you say that," and of course, he was referring to the fact that Connell said he wasn't going into town. So Aaron said, "Yeah, and I trust you because I trust you when you say that." And Connell then countered with "fuck you," and we stopped there.
I think I was the fuck you was in response to Aaron pleading for him to stay.
Oh, true. Anyway,
So yeah, so we're just basically on the ass end of Connell exclaiming "fuck you." Aaron is still kind of blocking the hallway, not really giving any leeway to Connell and his attempt to push by. And the question then becomes, like, I feel like the initiative is kind of either with Connell as the quote-unquote aggressor of this conflict, or with anyone else who wants to interject. As far as I'm concerned, Aaron is just standing there. So yeah.
Well, the question then becomes, does anyone want to interject?
Yes.
Okay.
Taliesin steps forward. Aaron?
Aaron makes a sound indicating that, yeah, what's up?
He looks at you with his most, I wouldn't say neutral, but it's a mildly pleading look. Let him go.
I think this makes Aaron actually, take his eyes off Connell for a moment. Perfect opportunity to push past, by the way. And look at the Italian being like, "You sure?"
Yeah. Let him go. Please.
Where you gonna go, Connell? He says and stands aside.
Are you deaf, Aaron? I told you, I'm going outside.
Side's a pretty big place, friend.
Oh, fuck you.
Connell, just go. Go and clear your head. Do what you need to.
Come on, let's go check out the barrier.
Be careful out there.
Haley, what was that last word you said?
Barrier.
Oh, okay. Connell nods, his eyes locked on Aaron, and he pushes past Aaron, assuming Aaron lets him pass without. Okay. And then he walks outside.
all right.
And to Temple Bar! No, just outside.
Good laugh though.
That would have been funny.
Hey, Taliesin actually did something vaguely helpful. Finally.
Yay.
Shiva, you okay?
Yeah.
I think Aaron tries and fails to be scrutinizing and make sure you are actually okay.
I think Shiva has crossed her arms and is looking thoughtfully after Connell, but she does look pissed.
Typical sign of being A-okay.
Yes.
That escalated quickly.
It did.
Glad we were able to bring it down fairly quickly as well.
I feel like this leech situation is something we're gonna have to deal with before he decides he has to.
Yeah, but it may not always be right to bar him from it. Eventually we're going to have to.
Have to what?
Follow through with him. Follow through if they ask us to. Follow through if we feel it's right. We'll have to go after the leeches as well.
Well, that's the
If
point,
we
isn't it?
do, it's
Now's
going
not the
to
right
be a
time.
well thought out plan and not a suicide mission.
True.
The whole point really
That's
isn't.
what we're talking about. He always thinks things through.
Well, the point here isn't really that we're not willing to help, is it? The point here is that we need to deal with this before he loses his temper and decides to go deal with it himself. There's actually no problem in, as far as I'm concerned, there's no fucking problem in Connell hunting one of those guys because he can take any one of them.
Yeah.
Yes,
not a
one
problem.
of them.
Exactly, right? The problem isn't that he's going to do it, the problem is he keeps wanting to do it on their terms.
Oh.
That is Aaron all over. Not Aaron, sorry. Connell all over.
Maybe we need to talk to Fenna about this?
Maybe, but not right now.
No, not now, but we should decide. This affects us all. I think maybe, and Aaron kind of looks to Shiva and to Tally in turn. We kind of like, maybe you should talk to Fenna about this. See if she can't get through to him.
Oh yeah, because Fenna totally doesn't also just want the bitch to die.
Yes, but she's...
I need to cool down first, in any case, and Fenna's busy.
You want to come with?
Come with?
Yeah, downstairs.
No,
Got a good cooling off place down there.
I think I want to spend some time alone.
All right.
I'll be in my room.
Do you have a gym or something I can... like that?
Mm-hmm.
Right,
Downstairs.
I'll go there then.
Actually, that sounds like a good idea. I'll do that as well.
Yeah. yes. It's funny that. Look at that. Fenna is somehow transient in her knowledge of what we're doing. Oh dear.
But yeah, Shiva.
The chat transcends meta.
Yeah. Shiva changes her mind and goes to the gym as well.
Taryn,
Yeah.
you coming with?
Into the gym?
Well, yeah.
I don't think I'm the one with anger issues right now.
No, it doesn't mean you couldn't use a nice time in the gym.
It's not about anger issues for me. It's just about giving myself focus.
Well, judging from the smell of stuff burning quite rapidly in the kitchen, I believe someone should put out the fire there.
Oh shit!
And then she heads for the kitchen.
Followed very quickly by Taliesin. Shit.
So this is how boys cook, is it?
Well, yeah.
Way to set our gender back.
Again with the misandry thing. But,
Aaron?
me saying that invites 1,000 Tumblrites down upon our channel.
What's up?
What were you trying to make before this turned into coal?
Yeah, let me try that all over again.
What was it?
Just noodles. Oodles of noodles and sweet green stuff. And yeah, I know, Tally, he says, and gives Tally like a sideways glance. I know, don't worry.
And he's looking at it just with his eyebrow raised to the point of almost being uncomfortable. It's like, how can noodles in water become charcoal?
Well,
How is that possible?
technically speaking, they were probably boiling for so long that there were no longer any water, and now, push!
You're only gone for 5 minutes.
That's just how nature works, man. This is what we're fighting for right here. You see that charcoal? That's Gaia.
That was such a stupid statement. It almost sounded smart. I'm going to the gym. I can't. No. Thinky bad.
Yeah. I'll finish here.
Get maybe get Taryn to keep an eye over it as well.
I got this. Fuck off. Get. Skip.
All right.
No, don't scat on the floor. That's disgusting.
Taryn, you are sick. You are genuinely horrible. We'll go hit something now.
Well,
So, Aaron, you should really put some more security on your internet.
why?
It was way too easy getting in.
I don't mind people being on my internet. What am I gonna do with, like, I don't know how much up and down? I hardly even use the thing. You need it? You got it. You can set my security up if it bothers you.
Terran's eyes, mutter something about old-fashioned people, and starts making food. Or helping Aaron, because he seems like he really wants to.
Yeah, well, that's what Aaron does. So, I mean, I guess maybe I don't know, we grab a look at the get.
Yep, that was actually my plan. So let's hop outside to them.
Well, since Connor can't
Go back to Dublin and
yeah, well, since he can't really vent on Aaron, which would have been his preferred choice.
I was right there.
So, you worry about I spend the willpower for him not to.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Fenna will lend a shoulder for Connell to bitch on.
And he'll bitch mightily. He'll complain and whine and moan and he's such an asshole. Blah blah blah. And,
Yeah, but you're heading out to where the barrier was, as I understood it.
Yeah,
That does mean clearing the fence.
Yes,
Well, they're parkour enthusiasts.
that's also
yeah.
true.
Fence? That's a molehill.
but yeah.
Um,
Connell's all about venting right now.
So
Yeah, and Fenna will chime in with a bit of, he just doesn't get how big of an issue Victoria is.
And then they agree on what a bitch Victoria is and blah. Oh, and then Connell remembers he has a text to send to Victoria, so he does so. I will send you a whisper, John.
yes. I should probably point out for the sake of everyone, Victoria is more than just this laughing bitch that taunts them in the shadows. She's known from the moment when she was first encountered until the point where we saw her last. She's behind several murders in the city. So she is a nasty piece of work.
mm-hmm.
I think Aaron, the amount of shits Aaron give about that can be counted on no fingers at all. The only thing that matters to him is that one of his pack mates seems suicidal about it.
Yeah.
So, as Connell is writing that text, wait, she sent you a message, and you have her number? Don't you think Taryn can trace her or something?
It says unlisted, but I don't know what Taryn can and can't do. It's worth asking her at least.
Wait.
And then
If
he
it's
goes back
unlisted,
to
why are
chat.
you trying to reply to it?
I don't know how this fucking shit works.
I don't think you can reply to it.
Click. I just send it. Yeah.
Your provider message you back with an automatic response going, "You're an idiot. Stop using this phone."
Quite
Yes.
probably.
But idiot, you just sent a message to nowhere. How did your phone even let you do this? Are you contagious?
Maybe. And then he reaches out after Fenna.
Then jokingly tries to dodge.
And a wrestling match ensues.
And a wrestling match definitely ensues. Yes, you guys roll around in the grass, and if you hadn't both been Guru, and if you had both hadn't been friends, that might have had some undertones, but I'm assuming it doesn't.
No, it's all friendly.
Yes.
What? No, this totally looks like Simba and Nala rolling around.
Completely platonic.
Yeah, there's no UST here at all.
No, none whatsoever.
No.
And no bedroom eyes. Nala's bedroom eyes.
Don't you just hate sand? Doesn't it just get everywhere?
Heathen, be gone. Get out and never, ever sully this channel with that again.
All right, guys. So you do that, but do you still continue on towards the?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, you get there eventually, and you realize it's there because Fenna literally walks into it. And that hurts. It's literally like walking into a wall.
Ow! What the fuck? Ah! Gross! Connell, is my nose broken?
Let me have a look. Oh, it's bad, Fenna. Oh, you're never gonna get lucky with that fey idiot with that nose. Sorry.
You suck.
So I've been told. So this is the barrier.
Was it Aaron? Were you good at it?
I waited for that. Oh.
Fenna. Oh, I'm glad you're with me.
Having her against you would be too much power to overcome.
Yup.
Yeah.
Oh, the constant raging.
The perpetual frenzy.
Yep.
That would be your deed name.
Connell goes to he tries to touch the barrier.
It's definitely there. It's definitely solid. You see a car coming down the road behind you, or you hear it.
Oh god.
If we're on the road, I step off the road, but otherwise...
Yeah.
Wait, no. Okay, first reaction, step off the road. Second reaction, wait, should we try to stop them?
Nah. Let's see what happens.
What is the crash?
Does the barrier actually cut clear across the road?
They have no way of knowing until they've tested it, but at least what happens is that the car drives down the road and passes straight past both of them, and yeah.
And just normal.
Yeah, just continues.
What? What the fuck? Fenna picks up like a stick and tries to poke it through.
Yeah, the stick goes right through. When your hand reaches it, your hand stops.
Huh.
What?
Connell throws a rock at it.
Rock passes straight through.
In the background, sirens can be heard.
Yes. Unfortunately, that's outside our ability to stop.
I guess that's kind of fortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, lend me a horseshoe. I'll try to see if I can reach over it.
Connell lends Fenna a horseshoe.
You can't reach over it. It continues upwards.
Min klokken.
Well, then it gets down again. Try something else. Which... Okay, I assume there are no people around. Because we are really far out.
True.
In the country, like.
Yep, no people around, just that car.
So Krynos has the biggest hands and claws. She tries changing into Krynos and see if she can dig under. Just a couple of meters or something.
Yep, it continues downwards as well.
It's the perfect cooties shield.
Mm-hmm.
This is so weird.
So does it continue straight up and down, or is it...
straight up. Straight up and down.
Well, you know what we gotta do? We gotta get in a crop duster and test this shit.
Fenna, you're good with the Umbra, aren't you?
So?
Could you see if it's there as well?
Shouldn't shift alone though.
Oh, but I hate the Umbra.
And I hate being stuck. Okay, how about this? We set a time limit, so if I'm not back in 15 minutes, I'm probably stuck in the spider's web, so you come and get me.
Sure.
And get stuck because that's perfect.
Let's say 15 minutes. You really need to get that nose fixed, though. Just saying.
Well, now that she's
excuse me, I was just in crying.
Yeah, exactly.
She has shifted back.
What is wrong with your face?
Didn't work. Must be the barriers. Magic hoodoo. Those are still there.
Haha.
Just saying. So, see you in 15.
So Fenna is heading into the Umbra? Or...
Yeah.
Alright. Let's... Let us see you make a roll.
That is just gnosis, right?
Yep. And the gauntlet out here is 6.
Now you're playing with portals.
Such a shame that she isn't just slipping. Wait. Oh, I just did something wrong. I wrote poem. I was about to write a poem out of 6, and then it just took me to difficulty.
Can I ask a question of the storyteller? From a purely...
No.
Oh, shit.
No,
wait. The difficulty was 6.
Was it Aya?
Remain calm. The difficulty was 6, right?
But she has 2 1s.
Yeah, but that's not a botch.
Why not?
Because she has a success.
Yeah,
True.
but she has
Yeah, but I have
tracking
two
from it.
ones.
Yeah, but it's true. You only, strictly speaking, botch if you have 1s but no successes. This is just a failure.
Ah.
So you're not able to get into the to the Umbra. You're not you can't pass through.
That's a bit...
Well, this is awkward.
I just got the most horrible thought. Francesca was driving her car. She crashed. The car is totaled. What if someone tries to fly in and there's a Fomor or a Fae on the plane?
Wonderful thought. It's gonna look really classy. But the airplane just stops in midair and just falls down in a straight line.
Yeah.
No,
possibly.
it's going to crash.
No, I imagine what will happen is because they're not driving it, is that it will continue to pass through, and then the Fae will just be ripped from their seat, and they'll become ludicrous gibs across every other passenger's face.
You can try again in an hour, just in case you're into... I had a question, Joan, by the way, if I'm allowed.
Yep.
this is something that's been on my mind for a little while. So, when we step sideways, like in the Werewolf the Apocalypse setting, stepping sideways is us opening a portal and stepping through it. It's kind of very overt and something like, it's not just vanishing, it's a spectacle. But what does it look like when she slips sideways?
I've never seen it as such personally, as I've always seen it as fading.
Oh, it's illustrated in the book as like
it is,
this swirling whirlpool of fire.
Yeah, I've never personally seen it as such. I've always seen it as a matter of fading in and out of existence.
Yeah, but what
because
is
it fits? But it fits better with other descriptions, in my opinion. But when she slips, it looks like it looks like she's just fading from existence. It's a matter of her simply having no control over it. It looks much the same way. It's just she doesn't have control.
Okay, but what does it look like when we step sideways then?
Like I said, you fade.
Oh no, you said that's how you envisioned it, but that's not...
Okay. That's how I've seen it. That's how it'll be. Is that you fade.
Well, that makes it easier to step sideways.
It does.
You have to do it like in the films where you're standing there on the street and a car or a truck goes past and suddenly you're not there anymore.
Yeah, it's much. It's actually pretty much how it was illustrated in the original book as well, where there was in the opening comic there was an example of how they step into the Umbra, and it's literally just a matter of looking into a pane glass mirror, and then everything changes around them. No great pyrotechnic fireworks or anything.
No.
So, want to try and follow this barrier around? For a while until either it stops or we tire of it?
I'm already kind of tired of this.
Really?
But yeah, sure, let's go around and see if it stops.
You're not curious about how far it goes on?
Sure. Let's see how far it goes.
Right?
Fenna goes with just one hand along the barrier.
Well, you continue along the way, but no end in sight.
Does it move in a straight line, or
well, no. Eventually, it starts turning, but that takes a while. You get a pretty good idea. I don't know how long are you going to spend on it.
I think for Connell's, it's half an hour tops, and then it's too boring for him to go on.
Yeah, it's about the same for Fenna.
Yeah, sure. Well, in half an hour, you will still be able to walk a couple of miles probably. Fit young people. So you by that time you have a very good idea that it follows. It follows pretty much the outline of Bray's city limits at a distance, but not a great distance.
Okay. Well, once they've concluded that this is the case, Connell sighs and looks at Fenna. Want to go back to the others?
Yeah. So, what do we call this thing? The Great Wall of Dublin or Duracell? Because it just goes on and on and on.
I like Duracell.
Okay. That shall be its name from now on.
Cool.
Oh my god, you guys, Duracell is totally owned by Pentex. Could you pick something?
So yeah.
Perfect, because this wall is clearly evil.
Absolutely. It's horrible. It bends your nose.
My nose is just fine.
No, it isn't. And with that, they return to the others.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, back to the others then.
Yeah, let's. Do we just return when they enter?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, for example,
or at least knock, I guess.
You can imagine the scene where we all come together. They've been out walking. Taran and Aaron have been cooking, and then Shiva and Tally come out of it dripping with sweat and I don't know.
Oh, that sounds likely.
Yeah, okay.
Shiva will have been going at it, just punching and punching and punching and punching a punching bag.
Mm-hmm.
There's not much punching bag left.
She's not that strong.
Only if she goes to Krynos or Krynos.
So she didn't lose her temper completely, turned into a Hispa, and then went dog on it.
No.
My headcanon is that this is what brought her strength from 1 to 2. This very moment.
This what?
This very moment.
Brought what from what to what?
Her strength from 1 to 2.
Sure, that's fine by me. Just punching and punching.
Diligence, you know.
Experience towards strength for every punch.
It's the Kamisenin school of martial arts, right? It's not a lot of technique, you just kind of work.
It's kind of sad that every time she wants to go up in physical, she has to go to Connell and say, "Piss me off." Why? So I can go punch something, pretend it's your face, and get stronger.
Right. Okay.
Well, you guys arrived just on time. Dinner's served. I'm gonna go get Francesca.
Cool.
I go get Francesca.
Yeah, she gets out of bed and comes downstairs.
Okay.
Looks a little bleary-eyed, to put it mildly, but she's...
I think I offered to bring it to her if she wants to stay in bed.
No, it is okay. I'm coming downstairs.
Okay. Well. Yeah, dig in.
What have you actually cooked?
Basically, like, the idea is just to make noodles with some greens, shoved in there for good measure. But there is a definite helping of meat in it for the sake of Tally.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Good. So she takes a look at it and sits down to eat and makes basically she makes no attempt at really communicating with any of you. She just has this 1,000-yard stare.
Is the food that traumatic?
No, but she's that tired.
Oh, right.
I think that might set the tone, at least for the table, because she was just glaring at her plate while she eats.
So, as it turns out, the barrier pretty much covers, presumably, all of the city limits.
That sounds serious.
And we've named it the Duracell.
Yes, Duracell.
Sure, why not?
The what?
I can get behind that.
You shouldn't.
Why not?
He's already behind it.
Actually, yeah, I guess you already are.
Exactly. So there you go. Anyway, but no, I think that's a good name. Is that why you Is that why your nose seems to have gotten at least an inch flatter, Fenna?
What? My nose is fine.
Yeah, clearly. That's why it's sort of, leaking and smaller.
No, she just really wants to be a pug.
Where?
Everyone.
Well,
come on, you're a Vagabash. You're meant to be. Well,
they do say something about the new moons.
Ragabash.
Yeah, all right.
What's up with you guys? They tried to steal my moon.
No, but
No.
no one should be.
We're not allowed to.
No, I mean, someone around this table's gotta have a sense of humor, you know.
Okay. What happens while you guys are doing that is that Francesca reaches across the table, gently pats Fenna's shoulder, smiles, and heals the nose which isn't broken for 5 health levels.
The nose that got... go on.
And then she looks at her plate, blinks, and falls
No.
across the table.
I mean, I guess this isn't plates. It will probably be bowls, right? Because there's
Oh,
soup with
bowls,
these things.
Yes.
Fenna looks mostly distressed.
Before she drowns.
Tali's the first to get up, and if her face is yes, basically, yeah, get over there, clean her face up, and oh dear.
Fast asleep.
Yeah, I think
Why
like
did she-
the lightning reflex is part of my character kicks in. Sorry,
Yeah.
AJ, I'm just gonna quickly. And as her head just kind of sinks into the noodles, the phone is out. Just snap a picture instantly. Just, got it. And then people can help her out of the. Yeah, sure. And
So,
then you were saying something,
anyway.
AJ.
Actually, she
Darren sends you a very, 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 very evil glare while she carries Francesca off to bed in Crinus.
So, anyway, about Duracell. Regular well, a car passed through, no problem. We can push sticks through and throw stones through, but we can't pass.
So it's only, for lack of a better term, supernaturals then.
Well, as far as we know, it's just us, right? Whatever this is could be something employed by our enemies.
What enemies? We don't even know who we're meant to be
Leeches?
fighting.
We have a lot of enemies to choose from.
Yes, well, there we go. Yes,
The
but that doesn't-
entirety of the beings of the worm?
yes.
Half
You
of
don't-
Dublin.
I'm sensing a theme here. Listen, I'm talking about who specifically might have done it.
Well, my first bit would be the new guys on the block, right? Like this thing wasn't here recently, and now it is, and we've reason to believe that Black Spiral dancers have arrived. So maybe this is their work, or it could be the mages. You know, we asked them to do something for us. They're willing to do so tonight. We blow them off, and now there's a barrier.
I don't think they're powerful. They're dangerous. I don't think they're that petty. Besides, I think.
The barrier arrived before they were told that we wouldn't arrive.
I have known these mage fellows for, I think, 21 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yes.
So I'm not really going to judge whether they're petty or not.
But they hadn't been informed.
Presuming that they would need us to call them to know. But yeah, sure.
I think Kat would have at least told us if not turning up at all would have been a complete faux pas.
The point is that we don't really know if it's a weapon employed against us or if it's something else. I mean, we could try and shove other supernaturals through it and see if they wind up as jam or wind up on the other side.
Oh my god, let's do that to Victoria.
Sure.
We
Yeah.
just need to get her first.
So, about that actually, is this dinner conversation? Like, will you two remain seated and not that fiery of temper if we start talking about your favorite vampire?
Try us.
Alright. Aaron kind of looks to Tally and Shiva, as if he's without saying a word, he's tagging you in, kind of like, help. And then he just kind of starts it off by saying, I mean, this is obviously important to you, so we want to help.
Fucking shit.
Yep. Basically, we want to see her dead as much as you do. Well, maybe not as much as...
No, I'm fairly certain you don't, Tally.
How do you mean?
I'm fairly certain that among everyone seated here, there's no one more invested in her death than Fenna and I.
You know what? That's true. Tally probably misspoke. What I think we mean is we want to help you get rid of her. We are equally invested in clearing Dublin. You just happen to have a bit of a rage hard-on for this particular vampire. And I don't blame you for that.
Yeah. Point is, if we're going to take her down, we need to be prepared, and we perhaps need to work together. Well, we don't have to. We need to work together on it. I mean, it's fine to go in and attack her, but we need to make sure that then we don't all get swarmed or taken out by unforeseen enemies or situations. As much as glorious as death in combat with however many vampires would sound on paper and in song, I would much rather we all live to tell the tale afterwards.
I agree. Connell, what of you guys, like Connell and Fenna, I guess? I actually thought it was just your gripe, but I see now that it's both of you. What have you found out about this bitch?
I think Connell pretty much summarizes what's in the journal entry on Victoria.
Alright, so not really a whole lot. Well, okay, so here's how I see it. I'm all for killing this bitch. I'm all for killing all of them. But my concern is that she might be able to get under your skin.
Dude, she's already under my skin.
Yeah, okay, but
listen, let me. This can be
on.
said in 10 seconds. You don't need to worry. I'm not going to go after her alone. Okay? It's that simple. We'll deal with her when we deal with her together.
I'm about
there.
that.
Can we stop talking about Victoria, or I'm going to fly into another one of those rages?
We can.
Thank you.
We're gonna hunt her. And we do as you said.
Anyway.
Aaron, I think, kind of shares, like, he catches the eye of Connell for a moment and just kind of, like, keeps them there, like, locks eyes with him. And implicitly conveys that you have now agreed to not fly off the handle and go chase this bitch. And I choose to trust you. Like, that is what is going on unspoken across the table for a moment.
I think the unspoken answer is fuck you.
Yep.
That's Connell's mindset at this point. He's not a fan of Aaron.
I think at this point, Shiva, who has been quiet the whole time, gets up, looks at Aaron and says, I need to borrow your shower.
Sure, let me show you. Aaron excuses himself and leaves.
That just leaves,
Shiva follows.
just leaves Taliesin alone with the two of them.
Yep. Tag, you got this.
Okay. I'll try not to speak too much, okay? Do you guys hate me?
When Tally asks that, he's Connell's expression is one of surprise. No, Tally. Well, I can't speak for Fenna, of course, but I have no reason to hate you whatsoever.
That's good.
Fenna, with a total poker face, just looks at him and goes, hate is such a mild word.
No, I feel passionate, burning lust for you, Fenna. No. Point is, look, I appreciate that there's a very good chance, if not a certainty, that because I'm a child of Gaia, you and I might never really get along, but I want us to, and I want you to know that in spite of the fact that I am, by all accounts, a weed-smoking peacenik, I do want to help you do the things you do.
For me, it's very simple, Tally. You're a mate, and I'd happily die for you.
Same here. How, I'd kill for you.
I'd kill for anyone.
Well, yes, you just kill because you like it.
Yep.
And to be honest, I bet you there are people who tell me that I shouldn't like that. And do you know what I'd say to them?
What's that?
I'd say, fuck you. I can learn something from... everyone can learn something from everyone, even from the Get of Fenris. That's the point. The Get of Fenris have their place. You're warriors. So, quite frankly, I'd rather just let you war.
I don't think that's a verb.
That's a very what?
Verb.
Maybe I'm oversimplifying, but the point is...
It should be a verb, though.
I don't know, it's just that I'm aware that where I am and what I do might invite some tension between us, and I want to try and minimize that where possible. Is all. It's like earlier when his nibs was getting under your skin. I wanted to move him on, get you your space because you needed it. Stuff like that.
And see, I appreciate that because I really, at that point, I just needed to get away from Aaron, to be honest, because he really bugged me the wrong way.
Yeah, that's the one. Sorry, yeah.
So
no, yeah. It's very. Do you know what? Fuck, I'm going to stop talking because otherwise I'm going to end up waxing philosophical all night.
You know what, Tally? I like you, you like me. It's all good. Huh. How does that sound?
That sounds quite good, actually.
Good.
Just wish I could do more stuff with you two because you're always off doing your own thing, you know.
Yeah.
I'm stuck smoking weed and being a peacenik. Only at that point, only then does Taliesin realise that he's been using the word, and the thought comes back, and he sort of his smile becomes a little bit waxen, but he tries to recover.
Poor boy.
Yes. Is Fenna smiling to herself while this is happening, by the way, since you've written that in the chat?
Well,
for a short second, and then the sadness comes over Tally's face, and she's like, "Aw, sorry."
What was I saying?
That's okay.
No, but...
Text messages were invented for a reason.
What I'm saying is that I can tell that Fenna's... I, as out of character, can tell that Fenna would probably tell Taryn about the happening so that more /fiction can be created, but that's not the point. So... well... We've got a gym, we've got game stuff, I think there's a pool table in the other room if I remember correctly. Do you fancy doing something like that, or do you want to be left alone again?
I'm all for a game pool. I need to have a chat with Shiro at some point, but
I'm kind of assuming, by the way, just to interject here, that the evening is going to go from here with social activities. Is that correct?
Sounds about right.
Well, with the only but that at some point Connor would like a chat with Shiva. But other than that, yeah.
Is that not still a social activity?
It is, but I'm kind of guessing that our esteemed storyteller is looking to move on.
I consider it combat.
I'm okay with letting. I am okay with letting you RP social activities all night, but yes, other than that, I would suggest moving on.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right. Well,
the story must go on.
The story must go on. But yes, I would say that sometime during the evening you have a chance to catch up with Shiva, and then we can deal with that now.
Okay. Well,
probably be post shower.
Yeah. Probably post shower. Yeah.
Well, they should barge in while she's showering. That's not going to put her in a very good mood.
No. Connell finds her somewhere in her room or wherever.
That sounds like.
Well, if it's in a room, then he knocks first. Knock, knock.
Come in.
Connell opens the door and walks in. Shiva. I think I owe you an apology.
That has her looking surprised.
He looks out into the hallway to make sure that no one's around, and then.
I think at that point she gets up and closes the door behind him.
I had this mental image of like every other pack member just squeezing up against the wall outside the door, holding their breath.
So, I said some things earlier today that I immediately regretted. I threatened you. I threatened to. Well, I'm sure you remember what I said, so there's no need in repeating it.
She nods.
And I just want you to know that I'm sorry I said it. I shouldn't have said it, and I would never, ever act on any such threats ever. Well, unless it's Victoria I'm facing, then I just might. But
I think that actually makes her smirk.
Yeah. So there. I apologize, and I just want you to know that I can't promise it won't happen again, because when I get angry I say things, but I need you to know that I don't mean anything by it. It's just me being a stupid jerk, and I would never ever harm you or Aaron for that. Well, Aaron maybe, but none of the others.
This is beautiful.
It's all right, Colonel. And I think as she says that, she kinda absentmindedly, unless he moves, runs her hand over his cheek where she slapped him and says, "I'm sorry I slapped you."
Oh, you did? I didn't even notice. He chuckles.
She mock slaps him a bit again. Does, a little pat on the cheek.
Sure.
Just fuck already.
I was about to write the tension in the chat.
Down that road Metis lies.
Look, Colonel, I don't think that you're stupid, but I do find that people who put so little value in their own lives tend to sell them rather cheaply, and I don't want you to go out there and die for some stupid reason or another.
The thing is, right then and there, I was willing to walk out that door and head to Temple Bar, and I would have done it gladly, and I would, and Fenna would have joined me, and we probably would have died. So we kill a hell of a lot of leeches, but we probably would have died in the end. So I think I'm glad, at least. I have a tendency to talk for others, but I can only speak for myself. I'm glad that you guys did what you did, because you're our mates, and I see that now that it's in the past.
Hey, you're my mate too. Then Shiva gives him a bump on the shoulder.
Ow! Oh, that hurt! Oh, you're
Come on!
Sorry.
Don't worry, I've already taken it out on Aaron's punching bag.
Oh, good.
But maybe next time, and I know this is asking a lot, but next time you get an urge to go and do something incredibly brave, perhaps think about the ones who will follow you, and, well, how it'll affect them.
I will. I promise. I will.
Well, and I'm glad you didn't go. And then she hugs him.
Mm. He returns the hug. And fade to black.
Ooh, does that mean something is happening? Oh, no worries, no worries. Oh, damn, I just so want to make a Metis roll, that's all.
Somewhere, for no reason, a black background with fire pops up behind Fenna, and she doesn't know why.
All right.
So,
Karen wants to say something.
yeah.
Yes, let's hear it. I am?
AJ!
She's asking, can she go find Connell?
AJ, you need to unmute.
I think her sound is...
She's been trying to...
I've been muted.
Hi, AJ.
What do you want?
Ooh. I'm a ghost. Ooh.
We can hear you.
Shit.
You want to find Connell? Yes, you can find Connell.
I find Connell. He's not exactly small, so he's easy to find.
Yes.
Oh, hello.
Can he be awkwardly leaving Shiva's room at that point?
That seems likely, yes.
Let's
How?
Let's
How? Sorry.
Let's go with what Aya wanted to say right now.
She looks at the door, then at Connell. How did Victoria get your number?
I don't know, but I want to know how I can get her number. Because apparently, if I type a reply to this unlisted number, it doesn't get to the person who sent the first message.
Sharon sends him a what look, then tilts her head and stretches out her hand. Can I have the phone then? I'll see if I can find out what's going on.
Oh, cool. He hands her the phone.
Thank you. And then Sharon starts tapping around on the phone.
Yep. Now there you go. There's a real challenge for you.
I think there has to be a connection for you to trace anything. Usually.
I have no clue how that works.
Yes, they're normally, yes, but normal wiretapping operations don't include web spiders.
Yeah. But I don't have plug and play yet, Joan.
Nope, true.
Why are you talking about Transformers porn?
Also, plug and play wouldn't really help with this.
Yes, it would.
Anyway, guys, this is something that you realize you won't be able to figure out, on a moment's notice. It's going to take some time, and you're probably going to have to consult some spirits.
Yep. Then she will do that.
Break into the provider.
All right. Let's move on to the next night then.
Sure. Or next morning, I guess.
Well, yes, next morning. I keep wanting to go to the next evening. It's amazing, but that's because most of the shit happening in the world of darkness happens at night.
It's to our great benefit that we can operate in the day.
Yes, it is. Well, guys, you wake up the next morning, more or less refreshed.
I imagine Aaron definitely hasn't slept in his bed. He's probably slept in the downstairs living room in front of the fireplace, just positioning himself so he's equal distance to every werewolf in the house, in case something goes down. So when he gets up, he definitely has to work out the kinks in his back. But outside of that, yeah, everything's normal.
So, two of the girls had to share a room. If I recall correctly.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Or someone could share a room with Francesca.
Well, she's one of the girls. Unless I've been misled.
No. No, you really haven't.
No, Daniel, she is all a woman.
All right.
Shut down.
So morning comes early with rosy fingers?
Morning comes in whatever color you want it, more or less. Anyway, yes, next day. You wake up, you're more or less rested. What do you want to do?
Susan, what is the usual color for coming?
I think Taliesin's first instinct will be to check that Francesca is at least okay, that she seems moderately well rested.
Francesca is still asleep, but
She's still
she
asleep.
seems to be
Pillow
sleeping.
in the face.
She seems to be sleeping quite soundly. However,
Is she an unelegant sleeper?
no,
Does the 5 dots of appearance vanish when she sleeps? She's like,
no, no, it
Oh,
doesn't.
God.
No, it doesn't. She manages to look adorable while sleeping. It's horrible like that. Some people are just like that.
So yeah, what'll happen?
Can I add something here?
Yeah, sure.
A pillow flies through the room. Get out! I'm changing!
Is it being aimed from somewhere, or does it perform like a mid-air change of angle as to hit Taliesin's face?
So that comes from Taryn beside the bed, changing from nightgown.
Oh, right, okay. Does she need to roll anything for the pillow to actually hit Taliesin, or should we just
only
assume
if you
it
want to
does?
dodge it.
No, it hits me, and I don't even change expression. I just close the door. I still have the pillow.
Yeah.
I'll give it back as soon as I'm able to enter.
Well,
I think we're going to need to call people.
Well, I'm assuming we kind of meet up in the dining room or something like that to have some breakfast. That would be a good time to kind of figure out what we want to do with the day.
probably yes.
So we do that, do we?
I don't know. I'm not hearing the storyteller
Everybody
agreed
is-
and everyone is silent.
Yes, that I'm sitting here wondering what the fuck is going on. Nobody is speaking tonight. Like, what the hell?
All right.
At least start just reacting.
On the assumption that people are there, Taliesin's like, right, so, we couldn't meet the mages last night for obvious reasons. Do we want to see if we can try and get them tonight, or sometime today anyway?
Yeah, we should probably go through Cat.
What else
Also,
do
on
we
a
need
side
to do?
note, Shiva seems like she's in a much better mood this day.
Yeah.
Well, Arnold did leave her bedroom.
Right. Well, I'm assuming, as I said, that nothing actually happened between them.
Yep. Or did it?
No,
If
don't do
something
that.
happened between them, I do need to know.
No, I'm pretty sure nothing happened.
No.
But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, nothing happened, but I did write Hi in a whisper.
Oh, I shall read it.
It's nothing important.
Just the detail of how she fucks his brains out.
No!
Well,
Don't worry, Joan. You can't get pregnant from oral.
That is a disturbing... Well... No.
Anywho.
I like the fact that Hein is just laughing it all off.
But guys,
Yeah.
Is there anything else we need to do apart from meet with the mages? Well, apart from
There's no
that,
guarantee.
and
Go on.
but Connor
There's
must
also-
do it with Shiva because he likes Tally.
what?
We still have the investigation.
Also, there's no guaranteeing we can even meet the mages.
No.
Also,
What's the-
Well, unless they set up whatever they needed to set up and have just been standing around there ever since yesterday, waiting for us to arrive within the next week's time or so. I do imagine they have lives to live.
oh, like that.
What were you saying, Taryn?
Taryn is halfway down in the phone, Connell's phone, so her voice is pretty low because her entire attention is on this phone while she's talking.
Generally,
Alright.
I was of the impression that Taryn is very soft-spoken in general.
Yeah, but it's even worse now.
Okay.
Imagine Fluttershy when she tries to be assertive.
Oh no.
That's her normal voice, and now she's half mumbling too.
We've done
Wonderful.
it. We've crossed the threshold of pastel-coloured miniature horses with the storyteller listening. That's it. We're done. Goodbye.
Please.
Oh, stop it.
All right, so
Anyway, what was Taryn saying from the phone?
I think she just asked, how so?
Yes. Actually, I forgot. Thank you for reminding me, Daniel.
You're welcome. All right, so what we need to do is figure out what we need to do.
We also need to take a break because we've played for an hour, don't we?
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's take a break, and we'll come back in a little while and figure out what we want to actually go about doing.
Yes.
That's a good point. All right, well, we'll see you guys in a moment. Don't go anywhere. Bye.
Bye.